You can see the beauty and the potential that God sees in people, but if they don't choose it for themselves, it's not your job to do that. Hi, welcome to Okay-ish Advice with Mama Mila and friends. This is the podcast where we answer your questions about life and give you probably not the best advice, but we've been through it. So we're just going to give you advice from people who have lived life, I think. And don't call us Dr. Laura, but we're fine. So anyways, welcome. Today is the friendship episode. So I'm wearing my Golden Girls caftan for you because this is that's kind of like our friendship. We're like crazy old ladies, really. But this is my best friend, Kristy.
Oh, hi.
Yay. And she's like the closest thing that I have to a sister. And in Kristy's own words, she helps me live life on the edge of sanity. No, I'm just kidding. That was mean. I'm sorry.
That's all right. It's true.
So anyways, we have questions from our customers, our viewers, the people who love us and eat at the restaurant and get to experience, I think, just the crazy that we are.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I'm always screaming and yelling at the restaurant, and it's just life,
Yeah. I mean, I think that's one of the best things about the restaurant is how crazy we are. It's kind of like dinner and a show, but it's natural.
It's an experience.
Yeah, I like
That's all I can say.
Okay. So I have the first questions with my cute little show notes.
All right.
Shout out to Riley. They're adorable. Okay. So Kristy, our viewer wants to know, why does it seem like it's so hard to find friends as an adult? I feel like everyone is so fake and judgmental. How do I find real friends?
That is a good question because I find that the older I get, the fewer friends I have.
So
but
true.
I feel like you really get to know those people that are meant to be in your life when you're older, because you can kind of see through the, excuse my language, bullshit.
Yeah.
So I find, it's really hard to find those Christian women that you want to be your friends and people that help you through those times in your life. And I find there's a lot of fake Christians out there, and it's just really hard to find that friend. And I feel like I found that in you.
Don't make me cry.
Well,
I don't have eyelashes anymore, so I'm wearing mascara.
Well, I have eyelashes and they're falling out rapidly. So let's just hope that they stay in place for this podcast. No, but I found your walk with God is so genuine. And I've struggled with mine, I feel like, for years, just with things that have happened in the past. And I feel like you've helped bring me back to where I need to be. And you're an inspiration to me, with the way you pray over the restaurant, pray over your friends, pray over your family. It's incredible. And it just makes me feel like I'm really part of something here. And I feel like God brought my family to Tennessee to be with you and your family. So.
I know, we just kind of taken over.
But I really feel like if you're looking for that friend, you really need to pray over it and pray over your relationships. And a big thing is being honest with each other. Because I know sometimes we even get into arguments at the restaurant or whatnot, but we are open and honest with each other and talk through things because we all go through it. Trust me. I mean, I'm going through something right now, and you had to bring me around, and you have to do that in your relationships. Otherwise, it's not really a relationship.
Right. No, that's so true. It's so true. Is my family about to walk through the store?
I was trying to figure that out, but I think we're okay.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Bring the mic up a little bit more.
Okay.
If my family walks through the store, you're literally in my house. So, welcome.
Her beautiful coffee bar behind us.
I know.
Here.
I have worked so hard on this. I just want you to know, this is crafted to be
Whenever
weird.
I come over, I expect
I know.
a coffee.
Where is our
so
barista?
I know.
Where is
Mateo.
my husband?
Where's the first?
Usually he makes us lattes and we just sit here like little
Oh, yeah.
like
We're very spoiled.
princesses. I love it. That must be them. Oh, Matt's telling Dolly to be quiet.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you for coming in quietly. I love you. I love you, Jemmy. Okay. I think that's a great point, like to pray for God to bring specific friends into your life.
Yeah.
Because like before you, or like right when you started working at the restaurant, Kristy was a customer at first. I had like gone through all that crap with like the manager who was like a really good friend with me, and like that whole like embezzlement, everything, almost lost the restaurant, almost lost everything. And I like was like, God, like bring real friends, like real people. And that's so hard. And
Well,
then
and I can't imagine how hard it was for you to like trust another person after
Dude.
that. Like, I don't know that I would have been able to, because that's such a violation of your person, of your family, of your business, that would have been very difficult for me to trust someone again.
Yeah. And I think something that I learned from that too was like, sorry, my hair's in my face. When people show you their red flags, trust them.
Yeah.
You know what I
For
mean?
sure.
Like when they show you that, they're not a good person, sometimes you cannot like force people to see their own potential.
Right.
I mean, we just learned that right now with everything that happened at the restaurant.
Right.
Like you can see the beauty and the potential that God sees in people, but if they don't choose it for themselves, it's not your job to do that.
Right.
And that's so hard about having friends like as an adult.
It is.
Yeah. So, okay, you get the next question to ask me.
All right. Hey, Mila.
Hey, baby.
How do I be a good friend?
Oh.
I know this is a weird question, but having friends as a mother is so much different than having friends in high school.
Oh, yeah.
I feel out of my element now.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because in high school's not real life. Like I was thinking the other day, like I wish I could go back in high school and beat up all the people who bullied me. Be like, how about that?
But
But
that'd be a long list.
probably it would.
I think I'd enjoy that.
I know. I'm like, take that. But no, for real. It is hard finding friends like as a mother.
Real friends.
Yes. And it's like, oh, thank you, Gemma. Just, what are you doing? What do you need from me? That's for me? Oh, okay. Thanks. I love you. I love my kids. They're the sweetest. Okay. So being a good friend as a mom, I think that if you're just genuinely yourself and you just show up as yourself, that's how you can be a good friend. So like for us, oh my God, what was that? A couple of weeks ago, I literally lost it on my family. Like, oh my God, it was like my first, I didn't even have a day off. I like worked half day and I came home and I'm like making dinner. My oldest two kids were like heckling me all day. And do we need something?
I need ketchup. Pearl needs ketchup.
Oh my God.
Oh.
It's right there in the fridge.
I just wanted you to know that I was at Costco yesterday and I bought a 3-pack of these huge jugs of ketchup
For my daughter?
for Pearl because she's coming to stay with me for a couple days. And I
Yes.
know she's going to go through at least one of those big
No,
jars.
it's so true. This kid in ketchup.
I got her 3 large jars of ketchup. And I had to do that because Justin loves ketchup. And he's like, if I'm going to share with Pearl, you got to
Go-
get me.
Dolly, get
A
out of
lot
here.
of
Go lay
ketchup.
down. Everybody wants to be on our podcast.
So, yes.
Oh my Lord. Yeah. So basically I was like losing it. My house has been a disaster because I haven't been home.
Right.
And like, so I had a mental breakdown and I literally looked at my husband and said, I'm out. Like the steaks are seasoned. You finish dinner. You do whatever with the kids. We're being terrorized by a mosquito. And did you see that? It's like attacking us. It's sent from the devil, but it's fine. the Lord will win. But I got in my car and I was like, where do I go? Like, I can't go sit in public because people know me and like cry. So I just called Kristy and was like, Kristy. And she's like, come here. I went to Target. Like, I picked up a pair of sweats, which I got these like gray sweats because I thought I'd look so cute. Like, because everybody's been wearing these sweatsuits that are really cute. But all I freaking looked like was Tim Allen in the Santa Claus when he gets fat. Let's just talk about that.
That's why I don't buy sweats.
I was like, why do I look like fat Santa? It was awful. Anyways, and I was just like, I'm going to Kristy's house. Like, I'm going to spend the night. I didn't end up spending the night because I can't sleep without my husband. But I was like so mad. But when I got to your house, you were like, look, you're burning the candle at both ends. Like, we need to figure out a solution, you know? Like, and I just showed up as my real self, and then you showed up as your real self, and you made me pumpkin spice pancakes, and we ate.
It was not steak, but you know what? Eggs and pancakes and bacon. It was so good. Sometimes breakfast food for dinner is like the healing thing.
Yeah, it was so good. And you even gave me the special cup for coffee. Of course. We just, you know, we were like, okay, how do we find a solution? And, you know, you listened to me complain about my life, and then.
But I feel like that's what friends are for, you know? I mean, we all go through so much every day, and we all have like these crazy lives with our kids and stuff like that. And sometimes you got to just take a step back and be like, okay, what needs to give so that I can be me again and be human?
Yeah.
And I think we could just get so caught up in the running of our schedules and stuff like that, that
so true.
We don't think about, you know, what it's doing to us or our families or, you know.
Yeah.
And we just need to just take a step back, pray about it, and then figure out what needs to go.
Yeah. No, it's so true. And then like you helped me take a step back and like look at the boundaries that needed to happen and, you know, for like my mental sanity.
Right.
And that's really like what being a real friend is just showing up in like whatever capacity you're in. Thanks. And like being there.
Well, and I tell all my friends, I have an extra bedroom. I have, you know, a place just for you. So if you need to come, relax, get away.
Escape your crazy family.
Except I do have 3 dogs, and they're a little nutso.
That's totally fine.
But, you know.
Yeah. No, it was like so good. It was so good. Okay, I'm going to ask you.
Yes.
And we are being told that we both answer this.
Oh.
So.
We'll see how this goes.
Oh, Lord. I have a friend who is really demanding of my time. It's almost like being in a relationship. When we hang out, I feel emotionally drained, and her kids are always fighting with my kids. Her kids can never do wrong, of course. How do I gently make boundaries with this woman?
That's a hard one. And I feel like I've been there. Actually.
Dude, Jesus.
And I feel like I've been that friend too, who's been demanding of the time sometimes too, because like when my kids were young, I felt like I did that sometimes just because you needed to get away from your kids and you kind of just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, so I sympathize with that mom, but I also feel like, yes, okay, you need to make your boundaries because, you can't let someone do that to you. But
well, and like your kids.
Right. Yeah.
Because I'm setting that there because I'm about to talk with my hand. So I was in like, I had a friendship like this with like a couple people actually. They were all sisters. And it was like this. And it ended up like I had to like take a step back, and I literally got a therapist and was like with the therapist realized that they were energy vampires. Yeah. And I couldn't live my life and live my dreams and all the things that I wanted to do in life and remain friends with them. That was just it. And like my kids, I'm never like, after being bullied as a kid, I'm like, I'm never going to, my mom, God bless her, she really did try her best, okay, with what she knew. But when I was being bullied at school, she said, because I went to a private school, she said, well, I'm not going to talk to the parent because then the parents don't they are not friends anymore because of the kids instead of standing up for me. So I always stand up for my kids.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
like, you might have to look at that relationship and be like, am I being there for my kids? And am I being there for myself in this friendship? And, you know, if they're constantly making you doubt God, your dreams, doubt your children, I'm sorry, that's satanic.
Yeah.
Like, it's not okay. If they're like sitting there, they're analyzing your life, whatever, they got way too much time on their hands doing the devil's work than God's work. And that's just it, you know? And like, so I would really take a time of reflection, you know?
Yep.
And I mean, I know what it's like to constantly feel like you're the Debbie Downer because your life is crazy and your life is hard. And I do have to remind myself sometimes, like, don't project. Oh, thank you. See, she's a real friend. Like, don't project your stress and your hardship on other people.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's cool, like, you know, to be open like we are all the time. But
well, and you can still come to your friends and, you know, say, oh, this is what's going on in my life.
yeah.
But don't be constantly like feeding off of them.
Yes.
Because that's not fair.
Yeah.
Because they aren't your, like, you know,
Yeah.
they're your sounding board, but they're not your punching bag.
Yeah, totally.
So.
And one of my favorite quotes, it's not from the best source because it's a Duggar.
Oh, God.
But I mean, they might have not made up this quote, okay? Ew. But it's, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. And I think that's so true. Like, you could live your life by that because I think, isn't it? Oh God, I wish I should be better at studying the Bible. I'm sorry, because this is who I am. I'm not a 2 Timothy blah, 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 blah says.
I'm not either.
Okay.
I don't have the greatest memory.
I'm like, yeah, no.
memorizing
I think it's in the Bible. It says something like that. Like, surround yourself with, you know, people who are going to lift you up and support you. So if you look at, you know, this friendship, oh my God, you know what they should do? Okay. Did you ever, like, I don't know if this is the thing anymore because I think Matt and I have been together for so long, like since we were 16, but I have guided people and told them, have you made the list? Oh. The list is where you write all the great things and then all the bad things, but you do the bad things first because that feels the best. So you're like, okay, these are all the bad things, and you write all the bad things and then you write all the good things and see which list is bigger. That puts a lot of things into perspective.
Yeah.
I think you can use this in any relationship. Like, write the good and write the bad, like the pros and cons.
Listen up, girls. This is for you who aren't married, who are looking for a guy.
Yeah, because they're trash, man. Oh my God.
Oh, that.
Okay, I added Kristy to this group on Facebook.
So funny. I highly recommend going on this just for a good laugh.
And it's like literally, they have them all over the United States. And it's called, Are We Dating the Same Guy? Insert your city.
Right.
Or like, ours is like Nashville because like Nashville's, you know, big and like 40 minutes away. So these people, you guys, work it out with your spouse. Because, I mean, unless he's a jerk. But the trash that people have to deal with nowadays in the dating world, oh my God. Like,
I would not want to be single in this day.
Oh my God. I told Matt, I was like, if anything happens to you, I got to find a really old man with a yacht.
Not just a yacht, a hella amount of money.
I got a plan.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I will drug him every night with melatonin. So
Make him
he
think
sleeps.
That he's getting it and he's not.
Yeah. And then the next morning I'll be like, you were just so amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And wait, what if he listens to this podcast?
We'll just drug him through it. I don't know.
I don't know.
We'll figure
Never
it
mind.
out.
There goes my plan. It's not as, thank you, Gemma. She keeps bringing me food that I cannot eat, but I love you.
You're awesome,
Bye.
Gemma.
I'm recording.
We're talking right now.
Ciao. I love her so much. Oh my gosh. But anyways, okay, well, I got to get a new plan now that this is out in the world. But
we'll figure out something.
like, yeah, I don't, how did even we get here?
Maybe we just get one man and share him. but just drug them, make them think we're sharing them. Take pictures or something.
Kristy,
What?
this is against the Lord's law.
I don't know what we're talking about.
Unless we're polygamous. But I don't really want to live that life. Oh!
Okay, listen. I had this friend, and she didn't have kids.
Okay.
But she, like, used me so many times. Like, picking her up at the airport, picking her up at the train station, doing this, doing that. And I'd be like, look, I'm tired. I got to go home. And she'd be like, oh, I don't understand that. Why can't you stay up and, like, hang out with me? I'm like, well, I've got kids, like, young kids. And she could never understand that and never... I had to finally draw a line and be like, look, I think we're not going to be friends anymore because... you know, you're just like sucking the life out of me. Yeah. And I realized that she was just using me. And it was sad because we had been friends since we were like 12.
Oh, that sucks.
But, you know, it's hard when you're in that situation because you feel like so guilty about not being that friend, not being her friend anymore. Yeah. And I had to like just put that guilt aside and say, you know what, my family's more important.
Yeah. So. No, that's so true. That's so true. And I think that it's hard to set boundaries when you don't know how to set boundaries. Yes. So my thing is like, you know, find help in doing that. I mean, there's a book literally called Boundaries to help you make boundaries. Having a therapist, you know, praying, ask God for a mentor. Oh my God, I freaking love therapy. It's so amazing. Every time I talk to my therapist, I'm like, she does give me like the tools to be able to live life in a way that's like healthy and to have those boundaries.
Yes. And I feel like the thought of therapy and stuff like that is like such a negative connotation out there.
And like taboo.
And don't be afraid of that. Don't be, you know, thinking that, oh, I must be like something wrong with me because I need that. Right. No, we all need that. Dude, I feel like we all need to be heard and we all need to be given tools on how to live life because we don't know. We're just winging it.
No, for real.
So
winging life,
moms,
winging your eyeliner,
girls, anybody. If you feel you need that help, get that help because it's so worth it.
It's so true. It does. It helps you make the boundaries.
Yes.
And yeah, I think that, dang, I felt like this was good. Ooh. We gave good advice.
Did we? I don't know. I'm a little nervous about that.
I mean, we tried. Also, we gave good advice if somebody wanted to marry an old man too. That was rich.
We sure did. Listen, if you need more tips, come to us.
Yeah. Our husbands are going to watch this and be like,
they better be scared.
Yeah, right. We love them.
We do. We love them so much. And honestly, like, my husband's the best. So God blessed me with him. And I know he blessed you with Mateo because he drives me crazy, but he's a good guy for you.
He is. And like, I think we're both like loud and crazy. And then we have these like silent dad joke men who they drive us crazy, but like at the same time, they kind of like even us out.
They balance us.
For sure. Like God was like, here you go, you know?
Yeah.
And then our kids are like, God, it's so hard parenting yourself.
Oh, and I got that tenfold.
Oh my God. And then like also parenting Matt, like in my children. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I think that, you know, we have to have like strong personalities for that.
For sure.
So anyways, thank you for watching Okay-ish Advice with me, Mama Mila.
Okay-ish advice.
Yeah. So take everything we say with a grain of salt.
Exactly.
Pray about it. Ask the Lord if we're your energy vampires. No, just kidding. We're not. We're great.
No.
We don't sparkle.
I do, but you know, that's okay.
Okay. So you are going to subscribe in everything podcast landy and then follow me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Listen, there's no way to not follow me. I'm everywhere. So
we'll find you.
We'll find you. Ever heard of the Girl Mafia? But no, really, I love you. Thank you for watching or listening. And thanks, Kristy, for coming on.
Hey, anytime.
I love you. Now we're going to go eat lunch.
Ooh.
Tanti baci.